Welcome to the jungle. Cincinnati, Ohio, Paul Brown Stadium. I'm Gus Johnson along with former Bengals legend Chris Collinsworth, and we're lucky to have great weather. And welcome to this exhibition clash between the Browns and the Bengals.
Chris, you live in this area. What does this matchup mean to these two organizations?
Well, Gus, the Browns and the Bengals love to hate each other. But that's, I guess, to be expected of an intrastate rivalry. Like you mentioned, they do sort of hang around in the same places, the same neighborhoods. They go to the same functions. And at the end of the year, you don't want to be the one that loses this matchup.
All right, Chris, with that in mind, let's go down to the field. We are ready for football. Nugent looks ready to send it deep. And takes off from his own goal line. And the tackle was made by Jones. So now the quarterback comes onto the field, and in conversations with him earlier in the week, he mentioned that he really wanted to get going early and get into a rhythm. Let's see if he can do just that. They'll set up shop at the 26-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Takes off with it, and he's in the clear.
And let's spotlight the offensive key players. Running back Peyton Hillis out of Arkansas has become a sensation, grinding out those tough yards between the tackles.
And it doesn't always have to be pretty to be effective, and Peyton Hillis is one of the hardest working running backs in the league. Not only is he so tough to bring down, but he has acceleration into the hole, and that is really underrated.
And Chris, is definitely primed to be a performer to watch in this one. He's dropped down at about the 37-yard line by Sims. From their own 37-yard line. Steps and throws to the left side.
I always thought tight ends were sort of like pacifiers for babies, just about the time that you need a little security blanket, you know where to go.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Hillis gets the ball.
And as we spotlight some of the key defenders on this squad, Leon Hall out of Michigan has quietly become one of the best CBs in the NFL.
Yeah, and the ultimate compliment for a cornerback is when you're covering the other team's best guy and they don't throw in his direction. Leon Hall could have twice the number of interceptions, but really teams don't throw his way.
He's going to run with it.
Yeah, and the key is making that first pass rusher miss you. More often than not, there's one guy in your way. You can make that first guy miss. A lot of times those defenders have their backs turned and are running away from you.
Third and short situation now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert. They'll throw for the first. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Looks like they'll opt to go for it here. Looking for a man.
A good job there by the quarterback to fit that ball in there with good coverage.
Yeah, and the defensive back didn't really do anything wrong there. The quarterback just made a good throw. We'll see if he starts to play him a bit more aggressively, maybe initiate some contact and get that receiver out of his comfort zone going forward.
First down and 10. McCoy gives it up the middle. The stop was made by Carlos Dunlap. 4 yards on that play. Brings up second down and 6 yards to go. They get him down, but it's going to be a first and goal for the Browns.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
The offense is now knocking on the door inside the 5. 3 yards for the touchdown. McCoy with the give. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns get on the board first. Dawson puts it through, and it's a 7-point game. Cleveland is up a score. Cleveland will be kicking off. Caldwell stands back to field the kick. It's fielded at the 2. Gets it to the 21. Piscitelli was there to bring him down. They'll start this drive at the 21. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Throws to his left. And he's tackled around the 32-yard line by Mitchell. They'll go from their own 32-yard line. Someone jumped early down there.
A bit of poor judgment on that play. You have to be aware of the situation, and that's a big first down.
So the penalty makes it 1st and 15. Going down the middle with it. And let's take a look at some of the key players of this offensive unit who, as a group, hope to have a great game in this one. And Chrissy is definitely primed to be a performer to watch in this one. He's tackled around the 43-yard line by number 23. From their own 43-yard line. Inside give.
All right, let's introduce the starters on the defensive side of the ball, a group that has a lot of athleticism. And in the secondary, you have a player like Sheldon Brown out of South Carolina who can still disrupt your offensive game plan.
Now, Sheldon Brown is one of those guys that just makes plays. He's not really flashy, but he's so valuable to this defense. They've got a lot of youth, and Brown serves as a huge stabilizing presence out there.
Goes through his progression. And they got him.
Don't get out of the game plan, man.
After the sack, they're going to be looking at a 3rd down and long play here. He's searching for a receiver. They get to him in the pocket and bring him down for the sack. The sack brings up a 4th and very long situation. He has it, but nowhere to go. They really did a good job keeping him contained on that one.
Boy, he hardly had any room to do anything there. They've got to come up with a better scheme or some better blockers or something. This guy's a good punt returner. He's just not getting any help at all from his teammates.
Short throw to the right. He's wrestled down around the 39-yard line by Johnson.
The play started with an excellent fake by the quarterback. He really sold the run, and he never gave the defense a chance to get back into position.
So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. They go with the run. He's brought down around the 47-yard line by Hall.
Everybody stay composed.
And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Bell gets it on the inside. And the tackle was made by Antoine Odom. Just about 3 yards there. It's 2nd down and 6. On the ground left side. Drop behind the line.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But ultimately, this game comes down to one big man against another big man. And that time, the defense's big men, they won the battle.
They line up at the 50. Surveys the field. Passes short right side. Brian Robisky thought he had a secure catch.
Boy, that was a big hit. I'm not surprised at all he couldn't hold on to that one.
It's 4th down. The Browns ready to punt this one away. And the ball is down at the 1. And now this offense will set up with excellent field position with a chance to cut into this lead. Palmer will need to drive pretty much the distance of the field to put up some points. It's the tailback. Breaks through the line for a gain of 7. Second down, and they're going to need just about 3 yards to pick up the first. Benson gets another carry. 2-yard pickup. Third down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a first down. Benson on the give. He's dropped down around the 15-yard line by Roth. It's 1st and 10. Dumps it out left. This is close. Did he come up with it? So after conferring, they give him the catch.
Great hands, great footwork. That was really well done.
And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. And it will come back. Penalty on the offense.
One thing we've learned about this defense, it's hard enough to move the football against them. You cannot help them with these penalties.
Fires a laser down the middle. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick. It's 3rd down and 13. Flips out short. We've played a quarter. The score, 7-0. Browns. And welcome back to Cincinnati. Fourth down. The Bengals are lining up to punt it away. Fields it, and he's hit immediately.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
The offense will start at the 38. First down, 10 to go. McCoy hands it off. And he's tackled at about the 49-yard line by Crocker. First down and 10. Ball on their own 49. No time to throw. They didn't fall for the fake. So it'll be 2nd and 14 after the setback. Going up top. The pass falls incomplete. Cribbs was the intended receiver. Third down, 14 yards for the first. Ball on their own 45. Flips it out short to his left. The stop was made by Antoine Odom. It's fourth down. The Browns lining up to punt. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 20. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Here's the halfback. He found some daylight. Gains 9. Only a yard needed to convert here on second down. A lot of movement down there on the offensive line. Whitworth is guilty of moving early. 2nd and 6 yards to go. Ball on their own 24. Throws it up top, down the left side. And the pass falls incomplete. from their own 24-yard line. He needs to get rid of it. Steps up and immediately goes down. Fourth down. The Bengals line up to punt. Cribbs takes it at the 43.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
Looks left. Here's a short pass. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Hillis was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it second down with 10 to go. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. So the sack brings up this third and very long situation. He's going to his right. Throws. And the pass is incomplete. So we'll probably see the punt team now after that incompletion as the offense goes 3 and out.
There's nothing more frustrating for an offense to come in and go 3 and out. That's just embarrassing.
So, it's fourth down. The Browns ready to punt this one away. Rucker fields it at the 22.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
They'll set up shop at the 23. And we'll have a first down and 10. Looking for a man. He's going deep with it. Johnson was his intended target.
Don't do us like that.
They'll face second down and 10. Searching for an open man. Passes out to his right. Tip pass, and it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. Third down and 10 coming up here. coverage downfield. It is an incomplete pass. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
It's fourth down. The Bengals are lining up to punt this one away. Cribbs fields it at the 37.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
They go with the pitch to the right. He's tackled at about the 45-yard line by Crocker. They're looking at a 2nd and 7. Ball on their own 45. Looked like someone might have jumped. Pashos is guilty of moving early. 2nd down and a long 12. The ball is on their own 40. Hillis on the run. He's brought down around the 45-yard line by Maualuga. Facing a 3rd and 8 situation. Ball on their own 45. Still looking for an open man. It looks like he was able to bring it down in bounds. They'll discuss it. They're going to say he came down with it.
I like it when the officials get together to make a call like that because really that one could have gone either way.
Fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt it away. The ball goes into the end zone. Touchback. They'll take over at the 20. They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He's searching for a receiver. He can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. Johnson was the intended receiver on the play. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the call. Whitworth is guilty of moving early. So the penalty brings up a 2nd and 15. Passes out to the left.
Well, you have to admire his courage. He's not afraid to make any throw, anytime, anywhere, but he's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
It brings up 3rd and long. They'll need 15. Throws to his right. Watch out, he's got space. He's wrestled down right around the 48-yard line by Brown. The offense has another 1st and 10 after that big gain through the air. Short throw to the right. It's picked. Jackson looks to have been shaken up a bit on that play. They line up at the 49. He fumbles it. Cleveland is able to fall on it.
The coach can't be happy with him after that fumble. Priority number one has to be hanging on to the ball, right, Chris?
Yeah, I guess it's so true. No team wants to give their opponent the chance to get a takeaway on a fumble, and I'm sure the coach will have a few choice words for him. You can bet the next time he touches that ball, he's going to be hanging on tight.
Someone jumped early down there. Number 66 is guilty of moving early. It's now 2nd and 15 following the penalty. Goes through his progression. Massaquoi was his intended target. Third down and 15. Ball on their own 47. Surveys the field. Throws to his left. Deflected and broken up. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
It's 4th down. The Browns line up to punt. Starting back at his own 15. Gets to about the 24 before going down. Lawrence Vickers was there for the stop. Joseph will be flagged on the play. 1st down, 10 to go. Benson gets the ball. He's dropped down right around the 22-yard line by number 70. It's 2nd down. They only need a couple of inches for the 1st. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped.
I think those are just embarrassing. You go back to the huddle and you hang your head and you give it, oh, sorry. Sometimes those linemen look like little kids when they come back after penalties.
Hammered in the backfield.
If you want to be considered one of the top cornerbacks in the National Football League, everybody has to be able to cover. But the top guys can not only cover, but come up and make big hits like that. Tremendous play.
Third down, they need 6 for a first down. Has a man short to his left. This is close. Did he come up with it? The ruling is incomplete.
Well, let's give him some credit for making a great effort, but just unable to pull that one in.
Cribbs gets it way upfield at the 45. They really did a good job keeping him contained on that one.
Yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance at all to make anything happen there. I mean, I know this guy's a dangerous punt return guy, but you can't do it on your own.
McCoy with the give. And he's tackled right around the 46-yard line by Rivers. And just about 4 yards away here on second down. McCoy tosses to the left side. He's tackled at about the 41 by Maualuga. First down and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line. Pass is short right side.
The Browns have a bunch of short completions, but they're not getting the yards after the catch right now, and that's because the defense is playing them very tight and making good, solid tackles.
It's now 2nd and 9. Ball on the 40-yard line. Here's a screen pass. A burst of speed, and he's in the open. He's brought down at about the 27 by Maualuga. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. And they'll spot it at the 27. A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Well, the defense was out there battling on that one, but that was exactly the kind of break this offense needed.
First down, 15 to go, following the penalty. McCoy hands it left. Carlos Dunlap was there to bring him down. A pickup of 5. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 2 minutes to go in the half. Looking for a big gain down the middle. He's wrestled down right around the 16-yard line by Jones. And we'll have a first down and 10. The Rock on the 16-yard line. Hillis again. He's dropped down around the 14-yard line by Johnson. It's a 2nd and 8 situation now. And he's tackled around the 13-yard line by Mawaluga. $11 yards out. On the ground, up the middle. Did he get there? We'll have a measurement. Yes, he got there. First down.
So many times when the game is over, you can go back and look at what happened on 3rd down, and that ultimately decides football games.
Cleveland looking to go up by 2 scores. He's looking towards the left side. He's got it! Touchdown! Greg Little brought it in for the 3-yard score through the air. Phil Dawson adds the extra point. Dawson is just about ready to kick this one away. Scott is back to receive the kick. Collects it at the 7. He brings it back to the 23. Gokong was there for the stop. They'll start this drive at the 23. It's 1st and 10. He's going to his right. Throws. The ball is tipped away. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. 2nd down coming up. Second down and 7 yards to go. Has a man open in the middle. Third down now, 10 yards for the first. Searching for an open man. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
It's fourth down. The Bengals lining up to punt. Cribbs gets the ball at the 36.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
The offense will take over at the 40. First down, 10 to go. Flips it out short to his left.
The Browns aren't looking all that sharp at all right now in the passing game. And I know it's still early, but they have to be getting a little frustrated with their inability to attack this defense.
It's second down and 8 to go. Steps and throws to the left side. Little was the intended receiver. Here they go, third down and 8. Ball on their own 42. Good coverage downfield. Throws it deep over the middle. The pass falls incomplete. That incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Yeah, that series just never seemed to get off the ground. Nothing they tried there seemed to work.
Fourth down. The Browns ready to punt this one away. He'll take off from his 18. And the tackle was made by Adams. And we've come to halftime here. The score is 14-0. Browns. And welcome back to Cincinnati. Cincinnati will get it first here in the second half. And it's fielded at the 4. He makes it to the 22. Brian Robisky was there to bring him down. They'll start at the 22. First down and 10. Hold on, there is a flag down. He didn't get back to the line, and that flag was thrown in the neighborhood of holding. And it will come back. Penalty on the offense.
One thing we've learned about this defense, it's hard enough to move the football against them. You cannot help them with these penalties.
Run, right side. Jukes away, and he will be tackled. Looks to be about a 9-yard gain. And it's 2nd and 12 yards to go. Ball on their own 21. Palmer, hands off. He's tackled around the 21-yard line by number 91. It's 3rd down, 10 yards for first. Looks left. Here's a short pass. Chris, that was a pretty nice defensive stand.
Not a very creative sequence of play calling that time. They just never seem to get anything going on that drive.
4th down. The Bengals lining up to punt. Cribbs gets the ball at the 36.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 42. Throws to his right.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
That'll make it 2nd down with 10 to go. Ball on their own 42. Hillis gets a call. He's brought down around the 50-yard line by Hall. Third and short situation now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped.
Those just really deflated defense. It's a frustrating part of the game, but you see it happen all the time. A guy trying to do a little extra to make a play.
Rolling to his left. Moves up in the pocket.
He goes down again amidst a heavy pass rush.
Yeah, that's something he's got to improve if he wants to reach the next level. It's almost like he takes himself out of the play the moment he hears footsteps. You just can't keep putting your team in a hole by taking sacks. Just throw it away.
And not to mention, he takes an inordinate amount of hits.
You know, that's a good point, Gus. The NFL is really geared to protect the quarterback, but when he has the ball, he's going to take some shots.
He has it, but nowhere to go.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
They'll go to work at the 21-yard line. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Has a man to his right. He's wrestled down around the 27-yard line by Adams. Johnson caught that one for a gain of 6. So second down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Here's the give. He lost yardage on the play.
Yeah, it really just throws you off rhythm to have a play that gains nothing. You know, you're going to get something, 2, 3, 4 yards, and it keeps you in that rhythm. But when a defense makes a play like that, it really throws your offense off.
Third down and 5 to go. The ball is on their own 26. Looking for the screen.
When you get a halfback that gets in the open field with that kind of space, it is just so difficult to try and stop the screen. The offensive line got out in front. That was nice.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 36. Looking for a man. Passes out to the left. He's dropped down right around the 48-yard line. By right. And so far in this one, as you can see, this player has been the impact performer of the game so far. From their own 48-yard line. And looks left. Throws. And he's tackled at about the 43-yard line by Fujita. Pass completed. Gain of 9. Short yardage situation here. 2nd and a yard. Throws to his left. Complete. He hasn't missed yet on this drive.
Well, when you have a talented running back like this, you always have to account for him. That time, a nice play-action pass, open it up down the field.
The call on the field was a catch, but the coach wants them to look again.
As we well know, a lot of things have to go perfectly for that to count as a catch. You have to maintain possession of the football, make a clean catch, 2 feet down, maintain control if you go to the ground during the course of the catch. So a lot of these challenges end up winning because so many things have to go right.
And upon further review, they conclude he didn't have possession.
You know, I don't think you're ever going to convince that receiver that he didn't make that catch in bounds, so we'll just have to move on without him. He's not happy.
Someone jumped early down there.
Well, no excuse there. The offensive line obviously knows the snap count, but I suppose it's easy to lose concentration with one of those big defensive linemen in your face.
Dumps it out left. Can't make the catch in traffic. It's 4th down. The Bengals ready to punt this one away. And they already have the lead. This field position could set them up to put even more points on the board. First down, 10 to go. Short throw to the left. They tackle him for a loss.
And looking at that run, we're not seeing the same explosiveness that we saw from him earlier.
Good point, Gus. And maybe the fumble we saw earlier in the game has him a bit preoccupied. You can see him trying to cover up the ball and focusing in on maintaining possession rather than lowering his shoulders and just running over guys.
Looks like someone on the offense tried to get an early start.
Well, if you want to know why Pee Wee football coaches make you run a lap if you jump off sides, it's because it can really have a negative impact on your offense, just like that one.
Goes through his progression. Not able to make the catch in traffic.
Whoa, that was really lucky that one wasn't picked off. Not a good decision at all there.
We've got a 3rd and long here. And the ball on the 9-yard line. Takes a shot deep to the right. He gunned that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see them driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Excellent gain through the air. Will set them up with another first down and 10. He's searching for a receiver. Deep throw. The receiver gets past the coverage. He's knocked out of bounds at the 22. First down and 10. McCoy pitches out to the right. He's tackled right around the 20-yard line by Hall. It's a 2nd and 8 situation now. McCoy with the give. They get him down, but it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Browns.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
Cleveland trying to go up by 3 scores. They hand it off again. Carlos Dunlap was there for the stop. The offense will line up at the 6. Bell takes the give.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that. Not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
Now the offense will line up facing a 3rd down and goal situation from the 7. He's going to run with it. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown!
Quarterbacks that can run, the Achilles heel for most defenses. They're just not set up to try and stop a quarterback on a play like that.
Extra point is good. So, time winding down in the third with the score. The Browns, 21. The Bengals, nothing. Dawson will be kicking off. Scott stands back to field the kick. And he'll return it from way back at the 3. He makes it to the 23-yard line. Adams was there to bring him down. They'll start this drive at the 23. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Steps and throws to the left side. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. Second down and 7 yards to go. Ball on their own 23. With the draw play. And he'll lose yardage on the play. It looks like there's a penalty. And this one looks like it's going to come back. That penalty will move them back a bit.
Sloppy play right there. The one thing you learn as an offensive player is you can't give away yards. They are just too hard to come by.
Dumps it out right. Caught and taken down almost immediately.
The Bengals still look to be a little unsure on pass plays. One reason is the secondary is doing such a great job tying up these receivers and giving them so little room to work.
Third and long, passing situation. The ball is on their own 16. Short throw to the right.
The Browns came onto the field with a ton of energy that time. They controlled the line of scrimmage and didn't allow that extra yardage.
So, it's fourth down. The Bengals lining up to punt. Cribbs gets the ball at the 36. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten a little better return out of him there.
Yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance at all to make anything happen there. I mean, I know this guy's a dangerous punt return guy, but you can't do it on your own.
McCoy hands it off. Carlos Dunlap was there for the stop. Might want to start thinking of a different approach as this running game has been ineffective. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Bell gets it on the inside. Hit and drop behind the line.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive, the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
Here they have a 3rd down and 10 to go. Surveys the field. He's looking towards the left side. 4th down now after the incomplete pass. The offense wasn't able to get on track during the last series.
Not a very creative sequence of play calling that time. They just never seemed to get anything going on that drive.
It's 4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt this one away. Rucker takes it at the 25. He got everything he could, but there really wasn't much room.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't one of his best efforts there. Maybe if he would have gotten a little more help from his blockers, he could have broken one out of there. You know, sometimes it just takes one good block to create a seam to get one up the field.
Counter right side. He's brought down around the 44-yard line by Elam. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. So at the end of 3, the score is 21-0. And welcome back to Cincinnati. The Bengals are looking at a 3-possession deficit as we start the 4th quarter. They might have mistimed the snap on that one.
And it's so embarrassing to jump off sides for an offensive player because you know the snap count. But I swear there's so many things going through your mind, especially if the guy across from you is beating you in the head all day. Sometimes you just forget.
Passes it over the middle of the field. Caught and dropped immediately. Brings up 2nd and 9. Ball on their own 45. He's got a man streaking down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Hooray!
What are you going to do? How do you defend that? That's just perfectly executed between a hot quarterback and a pretty good receiver.
Point after is good. Cincinnati is ready to kick this one off. Cribbs is deep, looking to return the kickoff. Camps under it. He will start from his own 5. He stopped at the 24-yard line. Jones was there to bring him down. We have an injured Bengals player making his way over to the bench. They'll set up shop at the 24-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Pressure coming, and they get to him. It's now 2nd and long following the sack. Going up top towards the right. And he drops the short pick. Now they'll face 3rd and long. McCoy hands it off straight ahead. He's wrestled down around the 19-yard line by Rivers. Fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt it away. Rucker fields it at the 42. He really didn't have any room to work on that punt return.
No question about it. He needs a little more help out of his blockers than he got right there. This is a dangerous guy, and if he can get in some open space, he can create some problems for you, but just no space to be found there.
Passes out to the left. This is close. Did he come up with it? And it is a good catch.
I like it when the officials get together to make a call like that because really that one could have gone either way.
First down, 10 to go. Ball's on the 41. A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
I think those are just embarrassing. You go back to the huddle and you hang your head and you give it, oh, sorry. Sometimes those linemen look like little kids when they come back after penalties.
He needs to get rid of it.
Anytime you blitz a corner, it's risky. You leave a receiver open, but so many times the quarterback is not expecting those corner blitzes, so they're not really watching out there. And the offensive linemen, it's really easy to miss those guys too.
So they're looking at a 2nd and long here after the sack. Palmer gives it up the middle. And the tackle was made
by Jabal Sheard.
I expected a pass there, Chris.
Well, I understand you don't want to get completely one-dimensional, but at some point you have to crank it up and try and make some plays, and I think that time has passed.
That'll bring up a 3rd and long. Ball at midfield. Goes through his progression. Hold on, there is a flag down. And he's tackled right around the 26-yard line by Elam.
Those just really deflated defense. It's a frustrating part of the game, but you see it happen all the time. A guy trying to do a little extra to make a play.
Throws the deep pass. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
It's 4th down. The Bengals ready to punt this one away. He'll take off from his 18.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
They'll take over at the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10. Here's the give. The stop was made by Antoine Odom. A 5-yard gain. So, they'll go from the 28-yard line. Looks for the safe short throw. He's tackled around the 35-yard line by Maualuga. Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. They're on their own 35. Looks right, throws. It's tipped and falls incomplete. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. They're on their own 35. Gives it to the back. He's dropped down right around the 46-yard line by Johnson. They line up at the 46. Here's the halfback. Spin move, and he's brought down.
Boy, anytime this back gets a chance to see things develop in front of him and get a little momentum going, he is so effective. That time the lane was there, he shot right through there and picked up a big first down.
And we'll have a first down and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Gives it off. He's brought down at about the 15-yard line by Crocker. It's first and 10. Ball is on the 15. Has a man to his right. He powers into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, it's one of the reasons they call it professional football, because a lot of guys coming out of college, they can run the ball, some of them can catch the football, but when you get a magical guy like this that can do it all, what a difference he can make for a team.
And the point after is good. And over 6 minutes still left in the final quarter with the score. The Browns, 28. The Bengals, 7. Dawson is just about ready to kick this one away. Scott is back to receive the kick. And he gets the ball at the 5. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. Gokong was there for the stop. There's a player shaken up on the play. First down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 25. On the ground, up the middle. He's wrestled down around the 26-yard line by Elam. Looking, fires it to the left. There he goes! And he's tackled right around the 16-yard line by Brown. So it's now first and 10 after the big pass play. This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the call.
Well, if you want to know why Pee Wee football coaches make you run a lap if you jump off sides, it's because it can really have a negative impact on your offense, just like that one.
Short throw to the left.
And that's a throw you just expect a professional quarterback to make. He doesn't miss those wide open throws like that very often.
Second down and 15 to go. The ball sits on the 21. Looking for a man. He's going to his right. Throws. They bring him down, but the Bengals have first and goal. What happened there, Chris?
Well, they got caught in man-to-man coverage on that play, and I couldn't tell if the defender slipped a little bit or not. Maybe he just got beat on the play.
First and goal. Ball on the 6-yard line. He's dragged down on the play.
He gets the sack, and the offensive lineman didn't have much of a chance.
Yeah, he delivered a perfect swim move, and he was into the backfield in a flash. That's a kind of his signature move, if you will, and he's had a lot of success using it to get to the quarterback.
And it didn't look like the quarterback even saw him coming.
Yeah, he gets back there so fast that even if you have quick reaction time, you're still going to get sacked.
The offense will line up at the 6. Dumps it out right. Has it on the sideline, but was he inbounds? The officials will huddle. So after conferring, they're going to say he was out of bounds. 6 more yards for the score. Under heavy pressure. How do you give up 6 sacks in one game?
Well, I guess that's something you're going to have to ask the offensive lineman about after the game if you can find any of them. This is the kind of game where typically those guys take quick showers and they're gone.
Not much indecision by the coach here. He'll keep the offense out there to go for it. He's searching for a receiver. First down and 10. Ball on their own 15. Hands it to the back. He's tackled around the 27-yard line by number 41. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. He goes down. Sack. Second down and a long 12. Looked like someone might have jumped. Braxton is guilty of moving early. That'll bring up 2nd and long after the penalty. They tackle him for a loss.
And a lot of times in that situation, they read offensive linemen. And the minute you see those offensive linemen, sometimes even in their stance, sort of sitting back, you know the counter's coming, you can get penetration and make a play in the backfield just like that.
Here's a 3rd and long situation. We've got a 3rd and long here. 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Number 31 takes the give. What about that play call?
Well, I always like to see an offense stay aggressive, I guess. But at least in this situation, it's a 4th quarter. You have the lead. I can understand the call.
4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt this one away. Rucker fields it at the 37. And the tackle was made by Gokong.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
Here's the long bomb. The pass falls incomplete. That'll make it 2nd down with 10 to go. Tons of pressure. He's hit as he throws. Jermaine Gresham was the intended receiver.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
That brings up 3rd and 10. Ball on their own 44. He's going deep with it.
And when you're trying to go after one of those deep throws, you really want to give your receiver a chance. We've seen guys in the league so adept at making plays on the ball, but you can't make it when it's that far overthrown.
Fourth down. The Bengals lining up to punt. He brings it in and hit immediately.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
And we'll have a first down and 10. The Rock is on their own 13. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. Braxton is guilty of moving early. First down, 15 to go, following the penalty. Watch out, he's got space. 10-yard pickup on the play. And it's now 2nd and 6. They have the ball on their own 18. He found some daylight. That's going to do it from Paul Brown Stadium. Highlights are next, so stay right there. And let's take a look at the Gatorade Performer of the Game.